Good evening, y'all. Welcome back to Papa Prepper. Hope you guys are doing well this evening. Let me see here. See who we got in here this evening. Not many, but it's still early. We got. Hold on just a second, guys. Move some stuff around here. So we got Elusive Prepper, Joe Morgan, Scott NC, Chris Pyatt, Yai, RSD Prepper, and Rosanna Jones. Hello, you guys. Good to see y'all. Thanks for being here. Give it a couple more minutes before we actually get into it. Give people time since it is a brand new night, new live stream, and I just announced it just a few hours ago. We'll see how it goes. I'm nervous. I always am before anything new, so you guys just got to bear with me. I'm hoping I got enough people that wants to come on live with me, or there's not going to be much of a point. Well, I already got somebody in the green room back there. Be Charming, Tamara Reynolds, good to see y'all. Thank you for being here. I am doing well, Be Charming. It's been a wet, nasty day here, but makes a good excuse to not do anything else. Actually, I got some stuff to do tonight, but it got rained out. Hey, Hillbilly Homesteader, good to see you. Our neighbors down the street are moving, and he contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in some fencing. So I went down and looked at it. I got 8 pieces of 8-foot privacy fence. I think 6 10-foot 4x4 posts, a roll of the cattle type fencing, the big squares, and a big gate for the fence. Really heavy duty gate. Got all of it for $75. So that is my new chicken, my new hen house. Will be. I'm going to take it all apart. There's all my lumber to build a hen house. $75. Can't beat it. Let's see here. Diabetic Prepper, good to see you. Outlaw Prepper 77. Winter here in Idaho lasted like 8 or 9 months. Anna W, good to see you. Absolutely, Hillbilly. And Be Charming. Because I've been watching and grabbing pallets as I see them. I was going to do the same thing, but $75 for, that's a lot of boards. Granted, they're thin privacy fence boards, but that's fine for a hen house. Hey, Mama Tech, good to see you. True American Loretta, good to see you guys. Very nice to see y'all. Appreciate you being here on short notice. I had the idea today that, I don't really see a, I see you back there. I just haven't brought you on yet. Just getting my howdies and everything done here. Flow Grown Homesteader, good to see you. David Creason. Perfect. One of my hen houses are made from pallet wood. Awesome. Hey, Tech. Love you too, brother. Good to see you. RSD Prepper says she's going to try to stay awake. I hope it ain't that boring. But bring out first person back here in the green room. Like I said, hey, Tennessee. Good to see you. Brenda. Hello. Good to see you. I just had an idea today that I don't really see anybody doing, like especially with chat participation coming on the video or on the stream and answering, what if scenarios, like kind of not really put folks on the spot, because obviously you're not going to come on unless you got an idea of what you're going to say. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to see everybody's take on it, and as it goes along, I'll take suggestions from the chat. about what to do next week on Wednesdays, on What If Wednesday. But I won't let you guys know what the subject is until the live stream, just to kind of make it a little more, fun. Q Kitchen and Beyond, I wanted to let you know I gave you and the Missus full blame on the August and Farm sale items I received today. Well, thank you. That's awesome. Appreciate it. All right. Better to not what if it's a 911, then the answer should be better to not what if it's a 911, then the answer should be I don't know. There's a lot of different 911 scenarios. Lauren Cooper, hello. Oh, you're fine, Loretta. Definitely. Concentrate on the road if you're driving. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Radioactive Preppers uh, in the back waiting on me here. How's it going, buddy?
We're doing all right. Is the TV making too much racket in the background here, or are we doing all right above it?
Yeah, it's pretty loud on this end. I mean, it's kind of.
All right. I'll cut it down for just a little while, but then I'm catching grief in the background to turn it back up, so I won't stay long. But
All right.
Saw today we had an issue up on the East Coast today. Baltimore and DC had a big outage. Internet, phone service, the whole bit went down, affecting Baltimore and DC. I heard that from Pinball and verified that myself. And no 911 service, no anything. So
Wow.
affected, I want to say he said 46 million people. So
Well, that kind of goes along with tonight, because what if nationwide grid goes down caused by cyber attack? And go. What are you going to do?
Be charming. Good evening. And yeah, I think Laura Cooper had it right. It sounded like another hack. And Pinball made a good point today that all the big guns seem to be getting it. First we had the pipeline, and then that JSB Foods down in Texas got it. And now AT&T is getting it up on the East Coast with the communication thing. So.
Bear Wilkie, good to see you. We the People Prepping, good to see you. Jeep Girl, good to see you. Carrie Berry, David Creason, the Milkmaid, good to see y'all. Thank you so much for being here. We the People Prepping, the what if tonight is what if nationwide grid down caused by cyber attack? Just like say it happened right now. How would you handle it? What's your first move? What's your couple days, planning? What are you going to do? If it's, just indefinite, because obviously everything's down. So, that Galaxy Rapper, good to see you. And I pinned the link to the top there so people can jump on. Laura Cooper, I left AT&T due to their bad customer service. Be Charming says, so I figure middle of the summer grid down and people are going to go crazy. Oh, people will absolutely go crazy. Do you have audio, Jim?
I muted the mic here to turn the TV back up for us. So
okay, gotcha. You got real quiet.
Kind of go back. That way we can kind of go back and forth.
Okay. Tennessee Tactical, infrastructure attacks will continue to happen. It seems easy to them now. Yeah, it's like they've figured out the the combination. I think we're more to the meat. I think there was more to the meat plants than what they're talking about. The JBS in Iowa, there was a lot of people in handcuffs walking out. Maybe ICE? That's a good possibility. Head to the location, fire up the generator, and live life. That would be ideal if that's an option. Yeah. First fill Bob with water. That would be a good start. Because, once you lose all your power, it's just going to be a matter of minutes before you have no running water. I mean, there'll be a little bit of back pressure in there, but I doubt you're going to get enough to fill up Bob. I'll be trying to make it home and then to my bug out where we have solar and generators. Absolutely. Papa Prepper, I think they're going to hack a different company every couple of days till all of them are down since they know they'll get paid. Anna W. Papa, can you keep my nephews in your prayers? They are 14 and 17 years old. They got the vax today. Absolutely, Anna. Get the motor home ready to go too. It's going to be lights and come out for us. They've been given small, subtle hints beforehand, like a week or two before it happens, if you've noticed. I think they're nuts if we all think it's just random hacks. I firmly believe that it don't happen without the big guys knowing first. B Charming says there was a big bust there a few years ago. Are you sure that was a current film? I would just continue with my gardening and canning, grill, and trying to figure out what to do with a refrigerator and freezer full of food. Yeah, that's where I would be at. I mean, that's definitely. Um, a lot of folks will keep inventory, like in the fridge, even the stuff you buy, like week to week, just so they know exactly what's in there. Just so if there is a grid down, you don't have to open the fridge, get this out, open the fridge, get that out. Because every time you open it, that temperature is going to drop. But if you know exactly what's in there and you open it one time, hurry up and get everything and close it, that's going to keep you a lot of cool air in there. I put 2 gallons of water in the freezer to help it stay cool. Absolutely. John T. McGill, good to see you. Thanks for being here. He says, I went nuts on canned goods, water, and soda. It's good. Diabetic Prepper says, with the population of nerds we have, is there no one who can prevent these attacks? But we the people prepping said, problem is I'm in Georgia and my bug out is in Illinois. LOL. Yeah, it'd take a mighty force to stop we the people prepping from getting home, I believe. Unhook that trailer and put the hammer down. I got to go pick up some IBC totes I have somewhere else. If the grid is hit, water is always my biggest concern. Absolutely. There's no such thing as coincidence. Everything is connected. Absolutely. that galaxy. I'm going to hook up the grill and pressure can the freezer. Then I'm going to sit back and bitch about the heat. That would be me, Be Charming. Absolutely. Vicky San Diego, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Joe Morgan, do what I'm doing now and stay away from others. Keep my family safe. When power goes out, I lock the doors, no one in or no one out until I check things. Absolutely. That would be one of my firsts. I mean, like if I'm not at home or the girls aren't at home, the first thing I'm going to check, see where they're at, like get home now. And then start calling around or, whatever you can to find out information, like, what's going on. Is it just a, blackout, or is it like grid down everywhere?
Tommy, I'm going to go ahead and drop down and go back into regular chat. I'll bring up the YouTube side. Go back into regular chat.
All right, man. Well, if you want to come on back up, the link's up there. I inventory everything in my head. Absolutely. Whoop. Just lost my chat. Hold on. Papa Prepper, I got some good stuff at garage sales this weekend for my preps. I'll have to send you a pic later. Just going to keep on doing what I do. I know what's in my fridge and freezers. I have my preps cataloged. I never thought of my freezer stuff as well. Yeah, and freezer will stay for a couple days as long as you keep it shut. I mean, it'll be good, and especially if you put the gallon jugs of water in there and stuff like that. Angie Morris, the what if is if what if nationwide grid down caused by a cyber attack, like it was to happen right now. How would you fare? What would you do? What's the first things you do? Things like that. Prepping in Pisgah, good to see you. If we lose power, I'll be canning like a mofo, says Jeep Girl. Chris Pyatt, good to see you. Just ask yourself why huge corporations keep getting hacked. Wouldn't you think they'd be running their code consistently and numerous times daily to look for weaknesses and backdoors? Makes no sense. Absolutely. Especially, as much as it's happening right now. I mean, there's got to be ways to block it. Hey, Sean. Good to see you, buddy. Or Green Thumb Prepper. Deanna Walters, good to see you. Sherry Leach, good to see you. I'm taking the trailer. It's got 44,000 pounds of beer in it. Hey, Coral Tigger, good to see you. Use things in the fridge first, then the freezer, then can to last. Yep. Absolutely. First thing I would do is make sure my parents are okay and then try to figure out what the heck is going on, then prepare from there. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, Jeep Girl. Hey, Tiger 454, good to see you. Reason behind the locking doors, we had a police standoff and some moron hit our power line, then tried to flee, and I opened the door unarmed, and they may have thought it was okay to come in. Mm-mm. Just saw our Air Force is approaching Iran on Paul and Adrian. Newsmax says Iran has EMP ready. Uh-oh. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. I tell you what, I sure as hell wouldn't give up this load of beer, man. It makes a perfect barter item for when it hits the fan, you know. I mean, plus you gotta have something to do, while the power's out. People, if they've got bug out locations like I've got, even if it's just a couple acres of land, I'll tell you what is a good thing for people to do. Go to an old trailer scrapyard, find you an old reefer unit that still has the motor on it that works, buy that damn thing, drag it out there, get you a 500-gallon storage tank for fuel, and hook it up. You can keep all your frozen stuff in there for a long time.
That's a good idea.
We actually did that with 2 reefer units. We bought them. We got them for like $3,000. Drug them out there. I mean, yeah, they were barely street legal, but we drug them out there. We put them side by side, hooked up the diesel fuel to it, and then that's where we keep all of our beef and everything when we slaughter our animals out at the bug out.
Right.
It works good.
That's awesome. I've never thought about that.
500 gallons of diesel, believe it or not, will run those damn things for a year. Actually more than a year, probably. We're always topping them off, but I mean, last year I think we used 270 gallons of diesel to run them all year long.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, you just got to set the temperature to where it's just below freezing, and they're so well insulated. I mean, hell, they'll run for a while and then they'll kick off and stay off for 8-10 hours.
Right.
It's just an idea for people. I mean, it's stuff we've done, and it works great for us.
That would be an awesome idea.
My biggest problem would be trying to get home from down here in Georgia, because I'm down by Valdosta, Georgia, almost to Florida. It's a hell of a drive.
Oh yeah.
But I got a full tank of fuel, so I could make it. I just have to push people out of the way.
Absolutely. And I think you're the man for the job.
Yeah, I got no problem pushing people out of the way with a big truck, just so that I can get where I need to go.
Right.
Speed limit dropped. And the speed limit all of a sudden dropped down to 50. You gotta love these back roads, man.
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty good idea. I like this, the what if situations. It help a lot of people out.
I hope so.
Well, if the grid went down right now, and I'm out on the road, my wife doesn't drive. Okay, our bug out location's a good 20 or so miles from where we actually live. But we do have a lot of MAG members in our area that live in our town, so she can always get a ride with one of them, which I've arranged that already. That if something happened, they'd get her the hell out of town and get her to the bug out.
Right.
You got to make a contingency plan for everything. If you don't, man, you're in trouble. I mean, she could actually stay there at the house, but I'd be afraid for her to be there with everybody going nuts. Hey, we've got power generators and solar and all that stuff at the house, but I'd be afraid for her to stay there because people are going to go scavenging for what they can get.
Oh, absolutely. I think that should be a lot of all of us main concerns, because there's not nearly enough people that's going to be ready for the grid down. If that happens, people are going to run out of food and water fast.
Well, I believe the first day or so, people really won't know what's going on.
Right.
You know, they'll just think that it's a blackout or whatever. You know, most people will just hunker down and wait it out. But after probably 3 days, man, people are going to be going nuts. You know, especially if this happens in the summertime. You know, like it's 9,500 degrees outside and they got no AC.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, but I get extremely hot. You know,
Yeah.
so people's tempers will be flared up pretty bad.
Yeah. I get pretty moody when I get hot. That would not be the time to come and live my
I'm losing you here, man. I'm going to have to back it.
All right, man. Well, stay safe out there. I appreciate you. That dude is awesome. If you guys don't watch We the People Prepping, you really should. He's a good guy. Let's see. I seen a couple people come in here. I was gonna say howdy to. Of course I don't see him now. Ashley, that was one of them. Good to see you. Widgets World. Thanks for being here. Check charted, prepper, pray first, water second, ammo third, contact all mag members, and secure areas. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I mean, to me, the family. I mean, that's going to be first. I would have to know where they're at. You know what I mean? Like, y'all need to get home now. Stop for no one. Go straight home. And then, absolutely, the following your list there, I would pretty much agree with. The only mag we have is family, so I guess that would be killing two at once. So they won't last. They won't know I got things. I'm sticking with canned food. When you cook, people can smell that. You're absolutely right, John T. McGill. Absolutely. I mean, you know, if you're way out in the country and way out in the sticks and you want to cook outside or something, that's, you know, that's doable. But yeah, if you're in the even a little bitty podunk town like I'm in, you know, you smell. I mean, anybody grills, you smell it all the way across town. So I believe you're absolutely right on that. Green Thumb Prepper. If things go to hell, the Marauders will be out in full force within 2 days. Absolutely, because I mean, everybody knows somebody. Okay, I know plenty of people that ain't got 2 or 3 days worth of food in their house. You know, it's just, and that's the people that don't believe you. You know, you can't talk to them. This kind of thing will never happen. Blah 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 blah. But you know, absolutely, it's going to happen, and those people are going to be hungry and thirsty really quick. So I'd say, like out in the country where I'm at, um, of course, everybody around here knows everybody, but you know, when your kids are starving, that ain't gonna matter. I mean, it's gonna be bad anywhere you're at. But eventually, the people from the towns and the cities will make their way out here too, because they'll finally, I think they'll put, you know, two and two together. Country means farm, farm means food. You know, whether it's, you know, poaching a cow or, um, you know, whatever, stealing chickens to have eggs, you know, whatever the case may be, they'll finally, you know, calm down enough to figure that out, and they'll be out here. Hey, Big Bear Preps, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I planned for 90 days of everything, including 90 days of gunfight if needed. Absolutely. Let's see. We would hook up with our fam up here at a pre-decided upon location, then head to our where to go? Head to our protest where the rest of our fam lives. Property. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you definitely hear the AC running. I mean, that's when, you're going to want to put the black plastic over your windows, everything. That's the only downfall to like a solar generator. There's if nobody's got power and you got, panels sitting outside, you know, they're going to know. And, if you black out your windows so it looks like there's nobody there, how you going to get sun for your panels? It's lose-lose situation in a lot of scenarios. Hey, Chris Kaufman, good to see you, brother. CC Collins, good to see you. The city folk will come to the country, absolutely. Hey, Independent Marine, good to see you. Dude, the country people will be ready for them. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm country. I mean, there's literally a shotgun or something behind every blade of grass out here. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Papa?
Oh, living the dream.
That's it, doing the things.
Yep.
So, I think we're missing one critical step in this what if scenario that you've put out for us.
Okay.
And that's staying calm.
Oh.
Don't
Absolutely.
freak out, Step number one is going to be don't freak out. As preppers, as homesteaders, as off-gridders, most of us should already have that plan, either on paper or in the back of our minds. We know that if this scenario were to happen, potentially what we're going to do. So I think staying calm and not freaking out is going to be
Uh-oh. I think we lost him. Yep, I think we've lost him. But he does. I mean, that's a very good point. I'm hoping nobody said that. And I'm hoping that's because, that's definitely, I mean, it's a given. And I know, okay, Ashley said, don't freak out. We're trained for this.
Step one.
Well, maybe. Nope, he's gone. Rip Curl, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. He says, good to see all you fine friends. Don't forget that our great great grandparents did without any of the things that are at our fingertips now and that they will try to take, so we can't too. That's absolutely correct. Take two. There's no audio.
My other earbud out. Maybe that's the microphone.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
All right. I guess that's the earbud that has the microphone in it.
Yep.
So I wonder if that was the part of the commo problem that we were having on the East Coast. Because everything totally went out. It was crazy. Let's see, where was I? So okay, so I think as preppers, as homesteaders or off-gridders, by this point we already have some kind of a plan.
Right.
In the back of our minds, right? So we have to try to keep calm. And I think throughout that whole process, we're going to have to remind ourselves to not freak out. But I think that like you guys, the first thing, if the grid was to go down, the first thing you're going to want to do is get home and make sure your families get home. But that should be something that should be in the plan, because if the commo goes down, you're not going to be able to use your cell phone.
Absolutely.
So, your plan should be that if something happens, immediately everybody go home, And I would think that you would want to fill up with any water that you could, like you were saying, you know.
Yep. Because once you lose that
I have a
power,
hard time hearing you.
how about now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you. I'm going to have to work this out and try to come back
All right, man.
because I can't hear you. All right. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you. All right. But yeah, I mean, he's staying calm and, making sure where the family's at. And, let's see, I missed a couple things here. Hey, Ruben, good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Zane, good to see you. Thanks for being here. She said, who missed me? Where I work expects us to stay here to guard the place if the grid goes down. They're going to be disappointed. Yeah, no. Hey, Brett, good to see you. How's it feel to be a graduate? A little bit, John, because I'm not looking forward to it at all. I mean, I'm pretty, confident that we'll be okay, but I'm definitely not excited for it to happen. Hold on, let me bring YouTube chat back up because Joe Morgan got timed out. Oh my, we cannot have that. Just a second, y'all. You gotta go save Joe. Bear with me for a minute, guys. Who's beeping to come in? Hold on just a second, Brett. Let me get something figured out here real quick. Here we go. Joe Morgan's not on here. For some reason, Jennifer Cruz is again. Okay, hold on, guys. Get this figured out here. Oh, he's in here. Okay. Let's see, just a second. Everyone should already have a plan in place for this. Absolutely, Tiger. If SHTF, I expect my mag to rally at the homestead. That's a 4-hour drive on a good day. Shoo. And Joe was like, what did I do? I wasn't even at the desk. I was out for a smoke. B&B, RSD, we got... Oh, okay. Talking to RS, or, yeah. Rip said, let me bring in Brett.
Hello.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good.
How's it feel to be a graduate now?
Good. I don't have to go wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning every day.
Is college in your plans? Or are you going? Nope.
No.
Any kind of plans?
No.
Just gonna wing it, huh?
Yep. I want to start up a band.
Oh yeah. I did that for a minute. That's a lot of work. A lot of work. Let's see. Rip Curl. We built a cold storage room once by digging a big pit, and we built walls and a top and bottom using damaged insulated steel doors the door plant gave us. We did 2 layers thick and braced it so we could. That's awesome. Very cool. Let's see. Tommy, we had an outage this morning. Didn't stay calm. Couldn't find instant coffee. He's back, Jeep Girl. Be Charming says, "Hey Brett, congratulations on the graduation."
Thank you. Yeah, I was supposed to have the party, but I didn't get it to do it. I was at my friend's house. So
Zane says, "Congrats, Brett." B&B, congrats at Brett's Worship channel. You guys are awesome. John Doe says, "One day I spent half the day dealing with the bank. There was an unrecognized charge for almost $400. I've never gave my info to anyone, so I have to assume something was hacked." That's awful. John says, "Give or take 20 years, you'll forget half of what you learned in school." And I'm 42. He's absolutely correct. Diabetic Prepper says, "Here's a tip. Just because you're with the band doesn't mean the beer is free."
I don't drink, so yeah.
That's good. Don't.
Now my hair's messed up.
Hey, Lenny No says, "Hi, don't know how I found you, but I have seen Jeep Girl around. Is it okay if I hang out with y'all?" Well, absolutely. We are glad to have you. There's a couple more congratulations for Brett. Angie Morris, Independent Marine. Chris Kaufman says, "Congrats, Brett. You got a fan club in here, man." I think we'll all be in coffee desperation at some point or another, Zane. Well, I don't think Hillbilly's going to make it back on here. I was thinking about how these scenarios are going to affect the kids, especially the younger ones. I know. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard on them. Hey, Hava, good to see you.
I do have a fan club.
Papa Prepper D's just got another strike. They hate that poor guy. That's awful, man. They're cracking down hard. Mr. B collects coffee pots. There is at least 2 that can be used over fire. Yeah, I've got several. The glass ones, just to replace if mine gets busted, but I've got 2 for the campfire as well. B Charming said, Brett, learn how old cars run so you can fix them when SHTF hits. Do you follow a lot of the prepping channels, Brett, or are you just kind of everywhere?
Everywhere.
Just everywhere? And she said, Brett, learn how to weld. And those are both good, very sound pieces of advice. B Charming's a pretty smart lady. Being a mechanic, get a bit of an upper hand, absolutely. B&B Home said we need to pray for the kids, and that includes new graduates like Brett. Absolutely.
I know one person that did not graduate. Actually, I should say 2 people.
Well, that's not good. Tennessee Tactical says, Brett, think of a trade that you would enjoy. What do you like doing?
Singing.
Singing? Well, I'm here to tell you from experience, you better pick another trade. Not to discourage
That's
you at
what
all.
I do on my channel. I sing.
Right. But I'm not trying to discourage you from that, but you definitely want a backup plan. Hey, Homestead Homeboy, good to see you. Welding, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, or whatever those initials are, all good trades. Yep. Brett, learn as much as you can, especially what draws your interests. Life is a school you never graduate, bro. And he's exactly right. You learn every day, man. Every day. Garth Wagner, good to see you. Thanks for being here. He says, study all the trades, electric, plumbing, welding, and mechanical. B Charming says, you can sing while you're doing anything.
I sing at my church, so.
That's awesome. Tennessee Tactical said a backup plan to singing is a backup singer. Yes. Very good advice, Rip. Congrats, young man. My son loved choir and singing. Brett, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. It's very true. Hey, Gardner Josh, good to see you. I'm just trying to catch up, guys. Hey, Susie D, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Diabetic Prepper said, I sing a little too. I posted 2 videos today of me singing and I lost a sub. I may need to stop doing that.
You will lose a couple subs here and there. Yes, you will. Keep on doing it. Then I got to 1K, so.
You have 21,000 subs?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Tennessee said, in all seriousness, he has an HVAC certification. I've also learned electrical and plumbing. I am never without a job. Independent Marine asks, Brett, what are your plans moving forward?
What I said earlier.
A band.
Singing. Try and get a band going on. I have a drum. I have a botched drum, should say.
$21,000 is great. I literally have 21. Says Diabetic Prepper. That's awesome, Coral. We'll be praying for you guys. Do you write any of your own songs?
No. I'm going to, though.
That's awesome. We'll throw that up there. If anybody else wants to come up and join us, better try to kick the habit now. I've never drank instant coffee. Instant coffee's not terrible if you're desperate, but, you know, it's not the best.
I'm wanting to go state by state, country by country.
Nice. Uh-oh, We the People's back. Hey, Julie Cleary, good to see you.
Hey, bro. I just wanted to clarify how it is that we got those reefer units set up.
Uh-huh.
When we pulled them out there, we dug out a trench big enough to put the two side by side, and then we reinforced the roof, so we buried the trailers except for the back door and access to the reefer unit. Okay, that way it doesn't lose all of its coldness, you know.
Right.
So it doesn't really take that much fuel to fire it up, get it to a temperature that you want it to, and then it'll shut off. And because it's insulated by the dirt in the ground, it doesn't lose all that, you know, that temperature, so it doesn't have to run very often. That's why it only took us like 270 gallons for a year, you know, because it'll never kick on for 10, 12 hours, maybe sometimes longer. In the wintertime, it hardly ever kicked on, you know. But it's an idea for people if you got the means to be able to do it. You know, we have the backhoes and everything, so we dug out the trench and buried them. You know.
if you had to guesstimate about how many pounds do you think one of them, like how much food does one of those hold? I mean, if you was to guess like poundage.
We could fit on just one trailer probably 130,000 pounds of meat.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. We've got pork in them. We've got chicken. We've got beef. I mean, and then we have wild game in the other one. You know, rabbits and deer and stuff like that. We keep them separated. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and then on top of that, we smoke meats as well and salt cure meats out at the bug out location. We've got good 6 years of food just for my family out there for a family of 7.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. You know?
Sounds like.
But, you know, I hear, you know, I talk to people all the time about, you know, what happened there. What are you going to do if all the power goes out and doesn't come back on for 6 months to a year? None of them have a clue what the hell they're going to do.
Right.
You know, and I ask them, well, okay, well, do you even have enough food to last you 3 months? Well, we got enough for a week. Well, you know, it doesn't cost that much to prep your food, really, when you think about it. $1 a day per person is basically you can prep on. Okay, so 30 days, that's $30 per person. You go out, you buy stuff like pasta. Pasta's cheap. You can get Hunt's tomato sauce, you know, for 88 cents a can.
Yep.
You know, $30, that'll buy you a lot of extra preps.
Absolutely.
You know, stuff that you can sit back, you know, just save back $30 per person every month. At the end of the month, go out and just buy food to put back. It's not that hard.
Absolutely.
And somebody was saying that when they were driving around, they didn't see any gardens in their area. You know, you come to our town. Every yard in our town has huge gardens, especially right now. I mean, my neighbor down the street from me, he's an older guy, an old veteran, and he has trouble getting out because of health problems and stuff. So we went over and we told him up a garden and started his garden for him. And people from the mag go over there and they weed the garden and everything for him. So
that's awesome.
You know, it's all about helping each other out in a time of need.
Amen. Absolutely.
And, you know, go to pawn shops and stuff. You can actually, you know, I did a video where I showed how much a generator costs at like Menards, you know, and they're about $1,000 right now for a 4,000 watt generator out there.
Right.
But you can go to these pawn shops, like the pawn shop in the town I live in. They've got like 6 or 7 big generators, $300-$400. You know, and they work good. You know, I save up a little bit out of every paycheck. Go, you know, until you get the money to go and buy one from a pawn shop. Everybody should have a backup power source.
All right.
You know, we have the little solar things like what you did a review on. You know, ours are a little bigger, but you know what we do with those. What we could do with those is we could put the solar panels out the window and put them up on the roof, and people won't really notice them sitting up there in an SHTF.
Right.
Because you were asking how people can avoid that.
Right.
Who else we got here? Diabetic prepper.
How's it going, man?
Oh, hey, man. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize I was on. I was waiting for something to happen. I was expecting an alert or something. I'm sitting here goofing off.
I see. You'd be caught unaware in an SHTF, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I probably would. To talk about what you were talking about, We the People. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I'm bad with names.
My name's Dan.
Sir?
My name's Dan.
Dan, okay, I'm James, if nobody knows. To go about what you were talking about with the generators, everybody's worried about people hearing your generator. You're going to have to do something. I hear solar is a lot more quiet, but you're going to have to run something. Because there's been people I've talked to that they're on insulin for type 1 or type 2 diabetes, and they got to keep that cold. And I tell them, so you're going to have to run it. You're just going to have to protect yourself. You have to do it. I mean, I guess you don't have to in certain situations, but if you've got a medical condition or something like, you've got to run that.
There's ways
I'm not trying to argue. I'm just
yeah. There's ways to quiet that down to where people can't hear it.
Oh, if you got a video on that, I'll have to check it out.
No, I haven't made a video on it yet, but I probably should have. The way that we got ours set up, it's out in the shed, and we put an extended muffler on it, a pipe muffler. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we led that into a stack of insulation, so it quiets it down as it put. Now we have a big stack of insulation there, and it has a hole in the middle of the insulation for the exhaust to go out. But that insulation quiets down that exhaust so that you can't really hear it outside the shed.
Man, I hope you do make a video on that, because I'd like a visual on that. That sounds like that'd be really helpful.
Now, I've seen videos where they actually build a box just the size of the generator that's completely insulated, like you're talking about, with the long exhaust pipe that comes out. I've seen them do that, and it does.
See, this way,
the
exhaust is where you're getting most of your noise from.
Right.
Okay. So you want to muffle that down as much as possible. So you get the pipe muffler, and then lead it into the insulation, because your engine needs to have that cool air to breathe.
Right.
Yeah.
So, with the way that we have it, it runs into that box is full of insulation with the hole in there, so it doesn't catch fire or anything, and it's muffles enough to where you cannot hear it outside the shed.
Oh wow!
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check up on that. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, you definitely need to do a video showing that.
Yeah, I want to be able to see that. I mean, I can kind of visualize it, but I'm not a creative person. So if I go trying to make this based on what you're telling me, there's no telling what I'm going to have in my backyard. But I remember when
man dies in the garage running generator.
Yeah.
What you need for this is some plywood, 2x4s, and some R19 insulation. It doesn't have to be faced or anything.
Yeah.
You run, and then you drill out your hole big enough for your pipe to go through without touching the wood, so it doesn't catch the wood fire or nothing. But you'll have the insulation that's basically wrapped around the muffler. It'll be stuck through there, and then inside you'll have insulation all around on the inside, but you don't have the insulation actually blocking up against the hole of the muffler. You have it about 4 or 6 inches away, so that heat and everything can blow on out. It's a really simple concept.
This sounds like a really good idea. I'm gonna have to try doing that. I remember when we first got our generator, when we got the stimulus checks, I went out and got one, and I paid right at $1,800 for it. My wife was freaking out. And she's like, we can use that for bills and whatnot. And I said, listen, we had a power outage last summer, and it killed us. It was so hot. And I live in Louisiana, so it's just hot here. Well, she freaked out about that. And then I told her, I was like, I'd rather just buy the generator. We're going to need it again. Well, sure enough, this winter we had a power outage. And that woman was singing my praises. She thought that was the best thing I'd ever bought. And she was telling me, can't you buy something a little smaller that's a little cheaper? Because I told her, we run the freezer, the refrigerator, maybe an window unit AC off of it, stuff like keep the house cool. And she's like, is there anything smaller that would work? So they might run a fan, as we got too much stuff to run. Because we lost, during the summer when we had that power outage, we lost right around $500 worth of meat. And I said, yeah, we're not doing that again. So I don't know how to can. I don't have a canner. I couldn't do anything about it.
Now,
So that was a lesson learned.
I'll tell you what, I made a video where I went to resale shops, and I found a 32 quart canner full. I mean, it's got everything to it. The seal's good on it and everything. $20.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, and you go and you look online for the same canner, you're looking at a couple of $100.
Yeah, I was gonna say you found a deal on that.
Yeah,
and my wife actually. Go ahead.
I found plenty of them like that at resale shops, though. You know,
I'm gonna have to keep my eyes open.
And
My wife is actually the manager of a flea market, so she may come across those things.
Oh yeah, I love flea markets, secondhand stores, all that kind of stuff, man. You'd be surprised the things you can find in there. Like we have the old oil lamps that we've been finding at the secondhand stores.
Yep.
$5 a piece.
Oh yeah, I got a stack of those things.
But
I got probably 10 of those, and I don't even know how many gallons of oil I've got. So
people don't think about those things, though. You know,
Mm-hmm.
those are very, very good to have in a grid down. You know?
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. We actually used ours.
I have a recipe to make the oil.
Oh man, yeah. Put that on the video if you don't mind.
Yeah, you should share that.
I was planning on doing a video on that sometime here soon. You know, it's real easy to make. It's not that you can actually use old cooking oil. You just have
I didn't even know that. Makes sense.
Yeah, you just have to make a few little modifications to it, and hell, you got good lamp oil. You know?
Yeah, I'd have my house smelling like fried chicken, but you know, there's really no downside to that.
No, ours smells like French fries when we fire them up.
Right.
True American Loretta said to the diabetic prepper, tell her to look at Facebook Marketplace too. I mean, you can find a lot of good stuff on the Facebook market. That's the only reason I'm on Facebook anymore.
I used to use that a lot, but now it's gotten to where people want to sell crap like a suitcase for $400. It's just stupid, you know. It's gotten out of hand, and so I quit using it.
It's getting harder to use too, because everything you look like, you think you found something cool, you'll click on it because it's cheap, but then it's like they want to ship it to you for $45.
Yeah. $45, I can go buy a new one.
You got to go in there and you got to go into the settings and put it local only.
I did. It's supposed to be within 30 miles of where I live, and it still comes.
I'll have to do that. I'm not a tech guy. This phone I'm on is probably about a $400 deck of cards, and I didn't pay $400 for it. It came free, but they say that's what it's worth. All I do is play games, watch YouTube, make phone calls. When people start talking settings, I usually just look off the other direction, and something else gets my interest. But I have to go in and find that.
I'm cheap, man. I got a $50 phone. You know.
Yeah, well, this came with the plan, so I took it. It's actually Straight Talk, which I've had no problem out of them.
No, I go through Cricket. I get great service. So.
Oh yeah. Papa, if we're stepping on you, I'm sorry, man.
No, I was just going to tell you, Dat Galaxy Rapper says I'm in North Louisiana. If you ever need another hand.
I'm in Monroe, so where about? I'm in Northeast Louisiana in Monroe. I don't know which part of Louisiana he's at. If he's over in the Shreveport side, or if he's over closer to Arkansas.
We'll see if he answers.
Now, see, a lot of my videos, I do a lot of outside the box thinking on, and I don't tell people stuff unless I've actually tried it myself and done it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the way I do it on my channel. Is I let people know I'm not giving out medical advice. This is what my doctor tells me I can do. You know, and it's in all reality, anybody can do it, but I don't want them thinking that, you know, A, it's medical advice, and B, I've tried it myself. So that's
any time that it has anything to do with medical, I'm constantly all through the video saying, look, I'm not a doctor. So,
Yeah.
you decide what's best for you, talk to your doctor, but other things, like I did a video on places people don't think to store food to keep it safe from, raiders or the government even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked what you said about burying it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about it. I mean, I bury it. I put it in 50-gallon drums that have a fake bottom to it, and put oil in the pan and set it on top of the food. So if you take the lid off the drum and you stick your nose to it or whatever, or shine a light in there, you're just going to see the oil.
Yeah.
But then I take the ring off, and then I lift that false bottom out, and all that I got, all this food underneath it.
Yeah.
And then I've got a friend that has a junkyard. I store food in the trunks of some of the old cars that are out in the junkyard and old abandoned farmhouses. I fill buckets full of food, take them to an old abandoned farmhouse, and then I dirty them up to make them look like they've been sitting there forever. And so if somebody walks in there, they're going to see it and they're going to think, well, the hell, there ain't nothing of any value in it. It looks like it's been here for decades.
Yeah. Yeah, I might do that and then spill some paint on the outside so they look like old paint buckets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever had a problem with people going in and swiping your stuff out of the places where you put it?
Once in a blue moon, something will come up missing, but most of the time, it's all still there. I mean, I think I've lost in the last 5 years, I've lost 2 buckets.
Wow.
And that's not bad.
Hey, good to see you, Roaming Prepper. Thanks for being here.
Well, I'm gonna jump off here. I got to get back in the office. They're starting to look at me now.
Well, that Galaxy Rapper said, "Come see me in Ruston, Arcadia. Work at Ruston." He works at Ruston Advanced Auto.
Okay. I know right where that's at. Yeah, next time I'm out in Ruston, I'll definitely stop by there. What was that?
That was my phone call.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was on my end.
No,
all right. Well, I'm going to jump off and get back in because they're staring at me now. But
all right.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
No, thanks for jumping in. Be safe.
Yeah, good talking to you. Y'all have a good one.
Take care, man. Good. See, I do. I like to think outside the box, and I put my thoughts to test before I ever tell people to try them. Because you can come up with some weird shit, but if you haven't tried it, how do you know it's going to work?
Absolutely. Somebody else take your idea and run with it and end up blowing their hand off or something, depending on what they're doing.
Right. Another thing for people that are diabetic like him and they need to store insulin or whatever, find you a semi-truck refrigerator that hooks into the electrical system of your car.
Right.
That way at least you would be able to keep your insulin cold and stuff. I mean, I've got one sitting out in my shed at home. I paid $300 for it, and I can hook it directly into the electrical system of my car, my Jeep, whatever. It doesn't need a power inverter or anything like that. I can hardwire it right into the electrical system. So it would keep things cold for a long time. You just have to go out and start up your car, every so often to charge your battery up. Just a food for thought for people, I mean,
I definitely, man. I love that idea of them trailers you got buried, and that's awesome.
Yeah, you have to reinforce the roof of them now.
Right.
Because the trailer roofs are flimsy as can be. So we actually welded steel to the top of them and then built a wooden frame over that as well, and then kind of filled it in with, covered it over with dirt, But The only access points to the trailer are where you can work on the reefer unit on the front and where you can open the doors in the back. The rest of it's surrounded by dirt, and we buried them about 6 foot down altogether. So it worked out pretty good.
Hey, Sally, man. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
People are going to need to learn some old skills, though, that people have forgotten. You know, like how many people here, honestly, can still smoke meat or salt cure meat?
Right.
You know?
I don't know how to salt cure. I'll be the first to admit it. I have no idea.
It's really not that hard. You know, I'll have to make a video on it sometime, how to salt cure. You know, it's just I've seen other channels make videos like that, and I'm like, okay, well, they've already got it covered. You know, but maybe I ought to. You know, YouTube is very picky for some reason. I mean, I've seen all these channels where people are butchering animals and stuff, but if I make one, they won't let me post it.
Yeah,
I figured that out.
I've noticed that too on a lot of different things. Like some people can handle guns, you know, and they don't mess with their videos at all. I took my thumbnail art was me holding one of my rifles, and they deleted the whole video before the premiere even got started. I mean, before I even went live, they deleted all of it just for that one picture.
They wouldn't even let me upload a video where I was showing people how to maintain their gun and field strip and clean their guns in an SHTF. So I purposely dropped my AR into a mud puddle, right? I picked it up out of there. I cleaned it up. I field stripped it, cleaned it all, got it ready, oiled it all up and everything. How to do it in just a few minutes. Well, I went to upload that video, and before anybody even got to view it, I got a warning from YouTube. That was my first warning.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Like, you cannot be showing this content. Why not? I've seen people firing guns all the time.
Yep.
What's the difference? You know?
I have no idea. I wonder myself on a lot of things.
I spent a lot of time on that video because I walked people step by step how to take and disassemble their gun, clean it out in the middle of nowhere, you know, and for them to just not let me post it, that pissed me off.
Right.
You know? Yeah, I notice a lot of you guys really get into the religion talk. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I used to be a pastor. Okay, used to be.
I saw the video, and personally, thank you for that video you made last week. I appreciate that.
I had to get that off my chest. I was pissed off after after all that. So, but I don't do organized religion anymore because organized religion is just a bunch of crooks.
Yep.
Just plain and simple. I mean, they removed me from the pulpit because I would not preach to where how should I put it? I preached it as it was in the Bible, so I wouldn't condone, homosexuality, bestiality, adultery, and all of that. They wanted me to lighten up on it, and I wouldn't, so they voted me out. It is what it is. But there are a lot of misconceptions that I've seen going around on religion. Like people will say, don't say God damn it and all that, because they believe it's taking the Lord's name in vain. When the Bible says don't take the Lord's name in vain, it's not talking about the speech that you're saying. Okay? It's saying don't be claiming to be a Christian and go out and do evil in the name of God.
All right.
While carrying the name of God. That's taking the Lord's name in vain. So you're being evil, but you're claiming to be a Christian.
Right.
That is what he meant by don't take the Lord's name in vain. And see, that's one of the misunderstandings going around. And I try to set people straight on it, but that's like Grimm, me and him got into it because he claimed to be, kosher, but he made a video where he went to a butcher shop and picked up meat. Now, if you've ever known anything about the Jewish religion, there's a certain type of butcher that you have to take your food to. He has to bless the animal as he's butchering. You can't just go to a regular butcher and pick up meat and claim that you're eating kosher. It doesn't work that way.
Absolutely.
But I do like to argue religion with people. But
Garth,
a lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like that.
he says, "Look what's been done through history in the name of the church." That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, all of that evil that was done in the name of God, that was taking the name of the Lord in vain. They were claiming to do it for the Lord, but they did it for selfish reasons, and it was evil. They killed millions of people. How is that doing the Lord's work?
Right.
And if you look at the New Testament, Jesus was more of a pacifist than anything. It's turn the cheek. Well, how many times do you turn your cheek? And it's basic. His basic answer was, you turn your cheek infinitely. Somebody wrongs you, you forgive them, and they wrong you again, you forgive them. I mean, he was more of a pacifist than an aggressor, like the church is now.
Right.
Oh Lord! But
I'll see you later, roaming prepper. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it.
In a total grid down situation, what would you actually do? Like if the power went out and didn't come on for 6 months?
Right.
Honestly, most people wouldn't survive the first 3 months.
All right. It's going to be. How's it going, man? Good to see you.
Nice to finally introduce myself to you.
Right, face to face. It's nice to put a name with a face with a name.
Yeah, I may forget the name, but I never forget a face.
All right.
Well, you're still young yet. When you get to be my age, you forget both.
Yeah, I look young, but I'm an old soul.
Right.
Yeah, a little noisy. I had to get some air flowing through here and roll up the window.
What's that?
I had to get some air flowing through here and roll up my window.
Oh.
All I could hear was the APU on the truck next to me. Those are something else that you can find at old junkyards for semis that would be good to have as an APU unit off of a semi. It'll burn for 10 hours of running. It'll burn 1 gallon of fuel. Okay,
Very
and
nice.
they put out about 4,000 watts. So if you find one and you can get it cheap enough, it'd be a great thing to have, for a grid down situation.
Absolutely. Garth Wagner asks, "Hey, can Galaxy Prepper get all a discount on parts?"
Who asked that?
Garth Wagner.
I don't know. If you come see me, I might be able to help you out a little bit.
Hey, Tammy, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Now, I'm not familiar with Galaxy.
No, I'm
sorry.
Oh,
I've
he's
always been one of those. They kind of just watch and listen, just learn. I've never been one to kind of just put myself out there, and I'm kind of getting to the point where I know that I'm gonna have to do that to get to know people a little bit better. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like people to put a face to a name kind of thing,
Right. Absolutely.
Now I'm taking it you're into radios. That your thing?
No, I'm actually into rapping.
Okay.
Not
Everybody's
your
like,
lyrical
oh.
rapper. No, I can't drop lyrics and stuff like that. I'm a different kind of rapper. I do all those vehicle raps. You know, your decals, your unit numbers for your trucks.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I was like, a rapper. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, first
Well,
it threw me.
whenever diabetic prepper drives over to the auto parts store, he'll know why my name is what it is.
So you do the decals and the full body wraps and all that.
Yes, sir. Well, I did. Now I'm just a part-time mechanic, and I work in an auto parts store.
Cool.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Diabetic said, I was expecting some Jay-Z.
No,
I need to come and look you up for Jeep parts for my Jeep.
I've always wanted to rap lyrically, but I could never, had the mind for that kind of thing. So I'll take what I can get.
Well, I can't sing, so
Yeah,
you know,
that's my thing.
I start singing and the dog runs to another room. So it's that bad.
B&B Home said, Mr. Galaxy, we have a company here that does the wrapping for BMW.
I've actually wrapped a few BMWs.
Nice.
And Mercedes and some high-end vehicles and some lower-end vehicles. And everything in between.
Yeah, I got an email from a company not that long ago wanting me to do a commercial wrap on my vehicle and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, they're talking about paying you for advertising and stuff. I'm like, why the hell would I want to?
Yeah, see, that's a scam that's going around here a lot lately, and it's putting a bad name on people like me that actually take this seriously. I wouldn't fall for that.
Well, I wouldn't want to. Why would I want to drive around in a vehicle advertising somebody else's stuff?
Exactly. That's another thing. You're putting your name on somebody else's stuff, and then again, you're liable for anything. So.
Yeah. I mean, I get emails all the time with people wanting me to promote their stuff on my channel. And I tell them, no, thanks. I'm not, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to push stuff that, now if I have something that I truly believe works or whatever, I'll tell people about it, but I'm not pushing anything on anybody.
Exactly. We're not here to sell anybody nothing, but just here to help.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole reason I started my channel, was because people need to know some of the stuff I've done that'll give them ideas and inspiration to go out and do some stuff of their own. And like my garden video, I don't know if you've seen that or not, but I used Halloween decorations out in my garden as scarecrows, along with the solar lights on wooden dowels. The motion sensor solar lights. So anything comes into my garden, the lights kick on and they illuminate like the ghouls and skeletons and stuff. And it's worked fairly well this year.
That's awesome.
Hey, it's not stupid.
We have those those groundbreaker screamer things, the zombie, like they scream whenever someone walks by them. We put those out around there too, and it scared the crap out of my dog. My dog took off running down the tracks.
Could Loretta or somebody please throw up We the People Prepping's link, please? Somebody's asking for it in chat. I'd appreciate it. That would be cool.
I like coming up with weird ideas on things and putting them into actual work and see how well it does.
That comes handy too, man. You get marauders and stuff and SHTF wandering through your garden, man. They're going to come unglued. Something jumps up out of the ground at them.
Make them think twice, that's for sure.
Get out of here. This guy's nuts.
last year the rabbits decimated my garden. I mean, they ate all of my tomato plants. So I didn't get any damn tomatoes last year. And like when my watermelon and stuff started coming up, they ate it before it even got to make a melon. So this year I was like, well, let's try some unusual tactics. We've got all of these Halloween decorations. Let's put them out there in the garden, see if it scares them off.
That's an awesome
I mean,
I never thought of that.
That we use for Halloween. I'm putting them out in the garden. And it's worked pretty good, except for my wife's sugar beet. For some reason this year they're going after her sugar beets.
Huh. I've been very fortunate. I've had no rabbits coming up and taking anything, and that's never happened. We've always.
Oh man.
That's why I quit gardening for a while, because I couldn't keep nothing out. I mean, rabbits.
Well, the other day we were sitting out in the backyard, and there was like 11 rabbits in the neighbor's yard playing leapfrog. And they're just sitting there, they're having a good old time, and then they stopped and they looked over at us, and then they went back to playing and everything. I think they were waiting for us to go inside so that they could, come to my garden. But I opened up the door to the house and I go, "Get a rabbit!" And the dog took off like a bomb out of hell, chased every damn one of those rabbits off. Yeah. Our dog, he's great at hunting. He'll kill it, but he won't tear it up to where you couldn't eat it.
Right.
And
That's a lot like mine. I got a blue pit that does the same thing.
I stick him on rabbits. He'll go and he'll snap their necks and bring them back and drop them on the doorstep for us.
Nice.
Here's a present for you.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, last year I sat out there with a pellet gun, and now I got a whole damn deep freeze full of rabbits. I shit you not, it's like a 10 cubic foot deep freeze, and it's filled to the top with rabbit meat. Which is good. I love rabbit. You don't want to eat rabbit or kill rabbits right now for food, because right now they're infected with parasites.
Yeah, a lot for that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any month that doesn't have an R in it, you don't want to hunt a rabbit.
Right. That's very good advice.
Simple rule of thumb, because like May, June, July, August, for some reason they're infested with parasites at that time, and so if you kill them, you're going to make yourself sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good evening, B&B. You guys stay safe, and we will definitely pray for Mr. B. Thank you for being
getting feedback from somebody.
I think it's you. I think so.
Huh.
Yeah, it's you. Every time you talk, it's like real.
Okay. I thought it was like from one of you. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on?
It wasn't too bad, because I wasn't going to say nothing. I don't have anything extra.
I'm going to jump off here. I still got to eat for the night and talk to the old lady. So,
all right.
Y'all have a good one.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. Stay safe, man. We appreciate you.
Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was definitely him. Nope.
Is it me?
I don't know. Now I hear it.
Then.
So are you a prepper, or do you just kind of just follow the community? Or?
I've been a prepper since I was about 4 years old. My grandparents and my parents beat that into me to always be prepared.
Awesome.
So it's been a sort of a lifestyle more than anything, I guess you could say.
Well, that's awesome, man. Good to hear. So a lot of people just kind of just follow it around, and just like to watch. And you think that they would catch on and actually start doing it, but a lot of them don't.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they catch on sooner than later. With things going the way they're going, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the home team.
I agree.
Is it me doing it, Loretta? I don't know why. There's nothing else. I mean, nothing different than any other night. Not that I can see.
I mean, besides me here, I can hop off and see if that's the issue. I'll just catch you another time.
No, it's definitely me. Because now you talked and it didn't do anything. Hold on. How about now? Nope, it's still there. How's that? Can you hear me?
I can.
Is that any better, guys? Or no, I still hear it. What is the problem?
What is it? Is it ticking?
No, it's just like real staticky. I hear it really bad now every time I talk. Hold on a second. Let me check it out here.
I don't know. I had my phone plugged up in the truck. I don't know if that was it or not.
How about now? Nope, that's worse. Well, guys, I do. How about now? Can you guys hear me? Can't hear me? No. How about now? Nobody can hear me still, can they? You guys can hear me? Say something, Galaxy. I don't think I can hear you now.
Oh, I wasn't even talking. I was just trying to let you figure
Now I can't hear you. That's weird. I've never had this problem. All right, now I can hear you. And now my audio is messed up again. I don't know. Oh, well. We'll be wrapping it pretty soon anyway.
I'm sorry. Just blame me. It's easier that way.
No, it's not you. Hold on. Let me. How about now? Did I get rid of it? No. I guess it's just something I'm hearing because they're all saying I sound okay. So it must just be something coming through my end that only I'm hearing, I guess. Say something.
Howdy.
Okay, I can still hear you. All right, they're saying 5x5 now, so.
Good deal. Good deal.
Nope. Now they're saying it's still feedback. Let's see. Right. Hold on.
I can leave, and then I'll just catch you another night.
Well, I don't think. How about now?
Any better?
Still there. Yeah, go ahead and click out and see if that fixes it. I don't know what it would be or why it would do that. But,
All righty.
well, thanks for coming on. How about now? I don't have a cell phone. I mean, it's not. I don't know what it's now. Now it's gone. It's not doing it at all now. So yeah, I don't know what that was. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, 5x5. That's weird. Sorry, Galaxy. I don't know what happened. Carrie Lunsford, good to see you. I didn't see you come in. Thanks for being here. Persian Prepper, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Oh, well, I didn't see you. I'm sorry, Garth. I guess it was your phone, man. Two towers, correct. Okay. Well, I apologize, guys. I didn't know what was going on. That's yeah, because most people when they get on the cell phones, usually use like earpieces and headphones, stuff like that. So now we know. So I think tonight went very well. Everybody had kind of different ideas and different first response type of day. I really liked seeing that. A lot of people think a lot differently when this actually going to go down. People do actually have plans in place, and that is so awesome to see. Because like Hillbilly must have just totally gave up. I haven't even seen him back in chat, but he definitely something that none of us would said, but I think is a given. To most everybody in here is the first thing you're gonna have to stay calm, because if you lose your mind, and freak out, it's disastrous. You can't do anything freaking out. So yeah, number one thing would definitely be to stay calm. And then I think, locating all your family, already, like they said, have that plan in place. But, you're like, okay, say the lights go out, you're not just going to instantly jump in your car and run home. I mean, you're going to find out first if it's actually grid down or if it's just, something blew a transformer, something like that. But you're definitely going to want to have a plan in place to at least call each other, or however you're going to have to, everybody's situation is going to be different. Excuse me. Hey, Five Virgins Prepper, good to see you. I meant to tell you hi earlier. I seen you come in. Get out of the cities, absolutely. I mean, if that's at all feasible, get out. Absolutely, Persian Prepper. Because, I mean, grid down, aside from staying calm and making sure the family or mag, whomever it might be, gets to where they're supposed to be, we should be ready for it. I think almost everybody in this chat is good to go. I mean, just, the time that we've known each other and chatted and, emailed, which everybody that's emailed me, I will get back to you. I promise. I've been so busy this week. It's been ridiculous. There's still some I still haven't even opened yet, but I'm trying. But I think everybody in here has got a pretty firm grip on everything. Persian prepper said they left the city last year because they saw it coming. Lenny said they moved from the city 20 years ago, just had a bad feeling. Well, that's awesome because that means you guys are established and good to go. No worries. Life has a habit of sneaking up on you. That is absolutely true, sir. And quit stroking your preps and just get them done. Amen. The Night of the Living Preppa. I love that name. That is an awesome name. Oh, man, thank you for being here. Absolutely, Garth. Very good. See, that's right. Stuff like that. When people say these things, like Garth just said, and Tiger 454 earlier said, it's just a given. About the staying calm thing. And when I see everybody say things like that, it feels good knowing that you guys are. I mean, like I always say, you're as ready as you're going to be. You can never be too ready, but if it goes down, that's as ready as you're going to be. But just to see you guys say things like that makes me feel I'm proud of you guys. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I am, but no tears. But anyway, I think tonight went very well. Again, I'll take some suggestions from you guys, about what you'd like to be, what you would have the next week's What If live stream to be about. And for our birthday bash giveaway, I think we ended up with around $65. I'd have to recount. I can't remember. But I think it was like $65 is what we ended up with from Super Chats for the gift giveaways. Unless anybody wants to throw a Super Chat in there to add to the pot for this live stream. I mean, I ended it Sunday, but if anybody wants to, that's fine. It'll still go to the same pot for the gifts. I don't think there's anything else really to add. Wait a minute. Won't FEMA camps take care of us? Oh, absolutely, man. Make sure you take all your preps with you. They'll be glad to see you. 5 Virgins Prepper. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Loretta. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We will add it to the pot. That's what I was just saying, Jeep. Well, with Loretta's, just did $4.99. I think I'd have to go back and look, but I think we're like now at like $65, $70. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to double check positive, but I think that's about where we're at. Which, that's enough to get a couple. I wish I knew. Night of the Living Preppa. Thank you, Diabetic Prepper. We will put it in the pot. Yeah, we're pretty awesome, Jeep Girl. You guys are great. Well, nobody has anything else to add to the conversation or anything like that, or the topic. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Go hang out with the family for a few minutes before they all run off to bed. I am in Indiana, Persian. South Central, to be more specific. We are Papa's Pack. Thank you, Loretta. I appreciate that. The next jam session. I missed Monday, so I might do that Friday. How about a super chat poker game? Can we do that? I don't know how we would do that, but it sounds interesting. All right. Thank you very much, Independent. Yeah, I enjoyed tonight too. That was, like I said, that was really good. Say hello to Bill Gaither for me. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. I will see you guys Friday morning. Until then, God bless y'all. I love each and every one of you guys. Papa Prepper out.